Hello everyone. Today, let's talk about something we all have, the ego. The ego is that voice inside us that tells us who we are, what we deserve, and how we compare to others. It can be a source of confidence, pushing us to achieve our goals and believe in ourselves. But it can also be a trap, making us stubborn, defensive, or overly concerned with how others see us. See the video to understand ego in detail.
The ego is the part of us that experiences the world. It is the I that thinks, feels, and makes decisions. Imagine the ego as the captain of a ship. The ship represents our personality, navigating the sea of life. The ego helps us understand our place in the world. It tells us what is real and what is not. For example, the ego helps us distinguish between a dream and waking life. The ego is essential for our daily functioning. It helps us interact with others, make plans, and achieve our goals. Without an ego, we would be lost in a sea of confusion. In essence, the ego is the bridge between our inner world and the external world. It helps us make sense of our experiences and navigate the complexities of life. Sigmund Freud, a renowned psychologist, proposed a model of the psyche with three parts: the ID, the ego, and the superego. The ID, present from birth, operates on instinctual desires. It seeks immediate gratification. The superego develops later in childhood. It represents our moral compass, internalizing societal rules and expectations. The superego strives for perfection and can make us feel guilty when we fall short. The ego, according to Freud, develops around age 2 or 3. It mediates between the ID's demands and the superego's restrictions. The ego operates on the reality principle. Imagine a child wanting a candy bar, ID. The superego might say, "Stealing is wrong." The ego steps in, suggesting, "Let's ask Mum if we can buy one." The ego seeks realistic solutions. It considers the consequences of actions. This balancing act is crucial for a healthy personality. Freud's model highlights the dynamic interplay within our minds. The ego's role is to maintain harmony between these competing forces. The ego plays a vital role in our daily lives. It helps us make rational decisions, plan for the future, and control our impulses. Imagine the ego as a skilled diplomat. It negotiates between our desires, ID, and our conscience, superego. For instance, you might crave a delicious dessert, ID. Your superego might remind you of your health goals. The ego steps in, finding a compromise. Perhaps you enjoy a small portion of dessert mindfully. The ego helps us delay gratification when necessary. The ego also helps us cope with stress and anxiety. It employs defense mechanisms like rationalization or denial to protect us from overwhelming emotions. However, it's important to note that excessive use of defense mechanisms can be unhealthy. A strong ego acknowledges and addresses problems directly. In essence, the ego acts as the CEO of our personality, making decisions that shape our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Section 4. Healthy ego versus unhealthy ego, finding the middle ground. A healthy ego is characterized by self-awareness, resilience, and the ability to form healthy relationships. Individuals with a strong ego can assert themselves while respecting others. They can delay gratification, cope with challenges effectively, and learn from their mistakes. A healthy ego allows for personal growth and development. On the other hand, an unhealthy ego can manifest as arrogance, narcissism, or a lack of empathy. People with an inflated ego might prioritize their needs above others. They might have difficulty accepting criticism or taking responsibility for their actions. An unhealthy ego can lead to interpersonal conflicts and emotional distress. It's important to strike a balance. We need a strong ego to navigate the world effectively. However, an overly inflated ego can be detrimental to our well-being. Finding the middle ground involves developing self-awareness, practicing empathy, and cultivating a willingness to learn and grow. Section 5. Nurturing a balanced ego. Tips for healthy development. Developing a healthy ego is an ongoing process. It requires self-reflection, effort, and a willingness to challenge our own perceptions. Here are some tips. 1. Practice self-awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Reflect on your strengths and weaknesses. 2. Cultivate empathy. Try to understand other people's perspectives and feelings. Put yourself in their shoes. 3. Challenge negative self-talk. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. 4. Set realistic goals. Aim for achievable objectives that align with your values. Celebrate your successes and learn from your setbacks. 5. Seek professional help when needed. If you're struggling with ego-related issues, don't hesitate to reach out to a therapist or counselor. Remember, a balanced ego is essential for a fulfilling life. By nurturing our ego's healthy development, we can enhance our well-being and build stronger relationships.
A healthy ego helps us stand tall and chase our dreams. But a bad ego can blind us to our mistakes and stop us from growing. On the other hand, a weak ego makes us doubt ourselves and fear failure. The next time you feel your ego taking over, ask yourself, is this helping me grow? Or is it just protecting my pride? Thank you. Please subscribe and share the channel.